Hello, parents of Dear Lakeans. My name is Mr. Miller, and I am your child's STEM teacher for the 2021 school year. This is my first year in the STEM program here at Deer Lake. I am filling the shoes of a wonderful Pat Kramer, who's taken this year off, and I am here to get your child motivated about STEM. STEM is basically science, technology, engineering, mathematics, all intertwined. So this isn't a science class, it's not a math class, it's not a technology class, it's not an engineering class. It's how can we integrate those parts of education into the real world? Where do they fit in? And that's really what this class is about. Where does all that stuff you learn kind of flow in together? So it's really exciting. My background is in information technology. That was my undergrad degree. And then I went back for education and I did my master's in curriculum and instruction for science and mathematics. So 3 of those fields are covered. I just need to check off that engineering one, and I've covered every field I possibly can. So that's a little bit about me. This is my 14th year teaching. I did 10 years in elementary. I've done 3 years science here at Deer Lake, and this is my first year in STEM. So I'm really excited to finally get to put all these programs together. I've also run a STEM program back at my last elementary school. We were the Sci Bros and Sci Chicks. It was a really cool program. So it's kind of nice to bring it up to the next level, 6th and 7th grade. So this year is different. I don't know if you've noticed this, but things are a little strange this year. So we are doing online hybrid classes with live students in the classroom. And I do have some requirements that my kids at home have been really amazing on, as making sure that they're present in class. So I do set up all my Zoom meetings. It's actually set up all the way for the whole first 9 weeks. So all they have to do now is just go in and it lets them in automatically. There's no more passcodes. There's no more any of that craziness that we were dealing with the first couple weeks. So I made sure that everyone has easy access to my classroom. And they're actually displayed right on the classroom board. So I do move my card around. They can all see everything, and boom, there we are. They can see everything. So I always let them know that they're on the screen and they can also see the kids in class. So when someone's talking in class, I zoom it down, they can see everybody in the classroom, and we can talk about things as an open concept. So it's not like the kids at home are just doing their home thing. I want to make sure that they get a chance to interact with the kids in class, because hopefully one day we all merge back together and we get to see everybody. I do have some requirements with the online students. One is that we can never have our camera like this. It just drives me crazy. So I tell them, I'm like, if I can't see you, you're not really in class. The kids in the classroom can't put their heads up to the ceiling either. So they can't do that either. That's one of my big ones. Also, they have to respond when I'm talking to them. They can't just be like magically away, because just like any kid, they usually have a phone nearby, and you can kind of tell by body language when they're just sitting there texting underneath the camera, because their shoulders lift up, they kind of look down. So I gotten used to that part, but we want to make sure that they're engaged and active while they're in class. I do give them downtime, so that is something, because this is a special area or an elective class. I want to make sure that they have a little bit of a relaxation. I don't want it to be assignment, because that's not really what I'm focused on. I want them to enjoy class, not be so stressed out by more assignments to do. So I am trying to pull back some of the online assignments due dates and let it be more practice, and more like I'm observing them while they're doing their assignments. So it's been working out really well. So I do teach a different couple classes. I teach STEM 1, which is 6th grade, and then I also teach STEM 2, which is 7th grade. STEM 3 goes to Ms. Knopf in 8th grade. So I'm only 6th and 7th grade as of right now. And it's been a great year. It's been a great start. My 6th graders are working on multimedia. So I've learned that PowerPoint. There's a lot of things that we had to teach for that, and we can go move on. So we now know some of the basics to do a PowerPoint. So that way, when they have to do it in their other classes, they kind of get the basic concepts, and we'll keep practicing with that. This week, they're doing photo editing, and then next week, they're going to be starting on editing video. So there's a lot of little aspects with that. And that's one of our digital tools we do here at Deer Lake. There's a couple that 6th grade are doing, a couple that our 7th graders are doing, and then they're just going to kind of interact with those. 7th grade currently is working on roller coasters. So we talked about the history of roller coasters. We talked about the records that are set by roller coasters. We talked about the forces behind roller coasters. So that way, what goes up is eventually going to come down, and we want to make sure that the people on the ride are enjoying it, so it's not too crazy. They are going to be starting paper roller coasters this week. They're building them from scratch, meaning that they have a set diagram of things that they will be cutting out. They will go ahead, cut it out, tape it together, make really cool tracks for the marbles, and the marbles are their trains for the roller coaster. And the whole point is that they have to end at the bottom safely. So they're going to get plenty of time to do that, and I'm preparing those materials right now, so that way everyone gets to interact with it. There's going to be some really great projects in the future. I love the support that you guys have given me so far. Please keep it going. Grading is another thing that we're talking about. Grades take a little bit longer this year because I'm actually working on two different software programs. So we have Focus, which is where the grades actually go for report cards, and then Canvas. So sometimes it's a little bit more of a labor process because you're not just grading things once anymore, you're grading it twice, which adds a little bit more time to the day. So when kids turn in things late, those always go down to the bottom of the list. But if they're on time, they're already at the top. So if there's something that's being turned in and it's just a little bit delayed on grading, it's probably that it just needs time to get graded. There's a lot that comes in daily, and I probably get about 75 to 100 different messages every day about assignments. So I am trying to make sure that we get through all of those. The students have been doing a great job uploading assignments, especially the digital kids. The kids in class, we got to work on that a little bit because it's just about where to turn things in and how to use Canvas. So they're getting really good at this now. I'm really happy with that. And I'm going to switch over really quickly to my share screen, and I'm going to go ahead. So this is my 6th grade class. They all look the same. In the student view, they have modules, assignments, the Zoom, Office 365, the syllabus, and ClassLink. If you go to your Zoom, you actually have all of your meetings set up. So it tells you which class period. So if you're not in C period, I shouldn't see you unless you're C period. E period, F period, C period, E period, F period. It kind of rotates all the way through, all the way to the end of the 9 weeks. Assignments are where you can see what's due. And whenever I post an assignment, it posts into the student's calendar. So there's no real reason for a child to say, I do not know what day things are due. It shows you in your calendar. So when I pull up my calendar right here, it also tells me like, these are my Zoom meetings for today, but also, and sorry, I just realized that, like this was last week. So, oh, awkward when it doesn't work the way you want it to. But it does show you when your assignments are due in the calendar format. It says this assignment is due, and there's always a to-do list on your right-hand side. So students always get to see what assignments are due. Under modules, courses, I'm going back to my class, sorry, C, E, and F. Under the modules, that's where we kind of find our daily assignments. So 6th grade has something called Aqua. It's always question, always wonder. It's just random questions that I wonder about, and I want them to answer that. In the assignments that we're doing right now, here are our presentations and our practice quizzes. There are tests that do go along with that, but it's not an official test. It's just a pass-fail test. So we want them to be prepared while we're going through that. All the assignments look the same way in 7th grade as well. I've kept it very clean and organized: modules, assignments, Zoom, and Office 365. Those are the things that they typically have to deal with the most. And when they submit assignments, they understand that they're supposed to come in, click on their assignment, and then just hit the submit assignment link. And when they do that, this little awesome dialog box comes in, and they can choose files. For me, it's going to be a lot of file uploads. Sometimes there are going to be text aspects to it where they can type in an answer, and that makes it easy for everybody. I'm trying not to have too many things that they have to upload documents. I'm starting to learn a little bit more about Canvas, and it is a learning process. So I thank you for your patience. If there's ever anything I can do for you, or you have feedback for me, please let me know. You can email me at mellerj3@leonschools.net, or you can drop me a message through Canvas. They come in all the time. So feel free to let me know any information that you need to know. I look forward to teaching your children this year, and I hope you have a great 2020/2021 school year. Thank you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.